represents lies, ego, and the other wolf is good. It represents joy, peace, love, hope, humanity, kindness, empathy, and truth. And the wolf that you feed is the wolf that wins. And I always thought Grandma Sonia fed the good wolf. The last thing that Grandma Sonia asked me was to make sure that I never forget her. And I told her in that moment that there's no way that I would ever forget her, and that without her I wouldn't be the man I am today, nor the man that I aspire to be. I spent a lot of time with her growing up, and I'm so very grateful for the amazing time that she gave me. Not only the stories, but the memories of her laugh, tears that we shed together in both sad and happy times, the importance of family, the tightness of her hugs after I'd be gone for a long time, and the brightness her smile would bring into any room. She's loved today as she was loved yesterday, and she'll be loved even more tomorrow and the next day after that. She had an impact on all of our lives here today, and I'm very happy to be able to celebrate her life and spirit here today with all of you. Grandma had a way of keeping everybody up to date with the ongoings in our family that spread coast to coast, across the pond, and south of the border. She also had, at least for me, a way of knowing to call me exactly when I needed to talk to her, whether I knew it or not. In a 15-minute conversation, we discussed things like the latest Dryden gossip, updates on Swen, Ruth, Vern, Jake and the boys, and sometimes even her take on the current Blue Jays season, or mainly just how awful that Buck Martinez guy is. But by that time, she'd pass me off to Pappy, and we'd discuss our own ideas on how to run that team. But one thing Grandma always gave me early on was an appreciation for art. Whether it was picking out a new ceramic to paint, doodling on a restaurant napkin, or homemade art projects with the rest of her babysitting kids, or as you'll see, some beautiful crocheting over there, or finger painting with Scott and Nick. It's those small things that I'll always remember. One of my favorite stories she used to tell me was about how she got Hall of Fame hockey player Chris Pronger to quit baseball after his bad language and lack of respect for her coaching forced him from the baseball diamond to the hockey rink. And that was just that ball diamond that's over there. And she always told me as well that he was a wimp. All in all, Grandma Sonia lived her life for all of us, because nothing made her happier than visiting with friends and family, seeing her grandkids laugh and smile, sipping a cup of coffee and milk around a kitchen table or a campfire, or gossiping with the Know Nothing Club over the counter at the bowling center. She loved people, and people loved her. And then I'm just going to read a poem that my mom and Jackie found, and then I'll pass it off to Scotty here. So I came across a picture of you today, and the tears started falling, but I couldn't turn away. I closed my eyes and I was there, that day so long ago. I saw your eyes still shining bright, alive and still aglow. I swear I heard your laughter as I gazed upon your face, that golden and contagious sound that nothing can replace. It brought back such sweet memories of how life used to be. Each picture is now a time machine that brings you to me. Scott, where are you?
Where's Anson going next?
Where
Scott's going now.
Near you.
And then your mom can finish. Thanks.
So we have a couple poems chosen for me to read today. A limb has fallen from our family tree. I keep hearing a voice that says, "Grieve not for me." Remember the best times, the laughter, the song, the good life I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage, I'm counting on you. Keep smiling and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease, my soul is at rest. Remember all how I was truly blessed. Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life, don't worry about falls. I miss you all deeply, dearly, so keep up your chin until the day comes we're all together again.
Okay.
Whatever.
Booby trap.
So let's use them all. Lighten the load.
Yeah. I got one more. I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth, and now only those who love her know what that little line is worth. For now it matters how much not we own, the car, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. Thank you.
Now, most of you know I don't speak in public, and I'm not good unless I'm drunk, so here we go.
Half a bottle of tequila in.
Okay.
Could have gave you a microphone.
Tanya, Mom, Grandma, Big Gram, Aunt Sunny, Sanja. She had many names. I know I missed a few. Didn't matter what you called her. She was there when you needed her. William asked me what today was all about. William is the little guy running around. I told him to celebrate Sonia and tell funny jokes. Funny stories about her. I asked him if he had one. He thought for a moment, and then he said, yeah, I do. Sonia had a really nice cat. We thought, oh God, she would have thought, yeah, okay. Okay. She loved the phone. Sometimes she forgot the time difference between here and the West Coast when she was phoning Swen. I know I missed her phone calls, even the ones when she's crocheting, and she lost her spot. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in my ear. Oh, how she hated mice. One time when Norm and Lisa started dating, we told Norm, Mom was scared of mice. He thought it'd be funny to scare her. He opened up the cupboard to find something. When she opened up the cupboard to find something, he said, hey, there's a mouse! Well, she turned around and she almost punched him right in the face. He never did that again. She retired to babysit Christopher when Lisa went back to work. That was just the start of the kids she looked after, who still call her grandma to this day. She took kids everywhere, but she had rules. Kayleen, who is here today, was there one day when the neighborhood kid came around and he was teasing the dog. So my mom yelled out at the kid, go home, or I will turn you into a toad. Well, the next couple of times Kayleen came, she just sat on the couch, didn't move. So Mom said something to Kate. And Kate had a talk with Kayleen. Kayleen very seriously told my mom, or her mom, you know, Grandma Sonia's a witch. She turned that little boy into a toad. Well, you see, the little boy next door's family moved away during the weekend. So Kayleen had never seen him again. And man, could she cook. She could make anything, but she couldn't make Rice Krispie cake. She made Rice Krispie cake. We threw it out to the birds. The birds couldn't eat it. They had a dog named Shep. Shep chewed and chewed and chewed. Finally, Rolly picked it up and got rid of it. Every year, she made a huge spread at Christmas Eve. Then one year, she thought she'd do something different, because we all had big meals the next day. So she went to the store and she bought some lasagna. We had salad and buns, and we thought, that was all right. We were all good with it. So the next time Chris was home from school for a visit, she was having everybody over for supper, and she asked Chris, what would you like? And he said to her, anything but store-bought lasagna. So that was the ongoing joke from there. No more lasagna. When she couldn't see, because everybody here would know Mom had problems with her eyes, she couldn't see, she finally had to quit work. But she didn't let it get her down. So one Christmas she says, pass me the potatoes. And Rolly says, you have some. And I said, yeah, it's right there beside your meat. She said, okay. She took a great big bite and she said, you assholes, that's stuffing. When she got her sight back, she went back to work until she retired and became part of the Know Nothing Club. Her friends held a very special spot in her heart. If you were a close friend, you were part of the family. Thank you all for coming today. Now let's raise our glasses to Sonia until we meet again. Sonia. Okay, that's everything.
You know.